If the language for your document hasn't been declared, the PDF accessibility checker might give you errors for WCAG Success Criteria 3.1.1 and 3.1.2, language of page and language of parts. In Acrobat, open the Accessibility tools and run the accessibility check. In the results pane, expand the document section and find Primary Language Failed. Right-click and choose Fix. It will ask you to define your document's language. All of your elements will now inherit their language from the document. This means that if you selected English, it will assume that all text is in English and will no longer show the language of parts error, regardless of the accuracy of that assumption. If your document does in fact contain passages in languages other than the primary document language, you will need to find those tags and mark their language correctly for them to be read correctly by Access technology. Here's how it sounds when you don't do that. JAWS is going to sound a little different than normal because I'm using a profile that I set up with voices for all of the languages in this document.
Below. Solos podmas hesa muy poco! Exclamation point juntos podmas hesa mucho. Mt manchong taco th lam eat. Kong ho chong taco th lam. D with stroke crt hidi with stroke iu. Cyrillic letter veodanoch ku my mosium stilat tak malo. Vmiesti my mosium stilat tak nogo.
Start by finding the tag containing your lingually disparate text in your tag tree. You may want to select some of your passage and use Find Tag from Selection. Right-click on the tag and open the Properties window. Toward the bottom of the Tag tab is a drop-down menu named Language. Select the appropriate language. In this case, I'll pick Spanish. My next paragraph is in Vietnamese, which isn't an option in the menu. I know that the two-letter language code for Vietnamese is VI, so I'll type that in. Similarly for Russian, I'll type in RU. If you don't know the language code, you can look them up on Wikipedia. In both of these cases, the language code was the first two letters of the language name, but that isn't always the case. Sometimes that pair of letters is already in use, or the code was made using that language's name for itself, which is different from the word for that language in English. I need to save and close the PDF and then reopen it again for these languages to read correctly with my screen reader. Acrobat's Read Aloud tool will not read passages tagged in other languages correctly.
Solos podemos hacer muy poco, juntos podemos hacer mucho.
Một mình chúng ta có thể làm rất ít, cùng nhau chúng ta có thể làm được rất nhiều điều.
В одиночку мы можем сделать так мало. Вместе мы можем сделать так много.